Yeah, hey guys, it's JH. Welcome to Practice Tee again. Now guys, what we're going to do today is this is the range that I practice on all the time, and this is my great buddy Frank Peterson. Frank is the range manager here and resident additional golf nut. He's Frank won't mind. Frank's the same age as me. He's 75 years young, but he's still on the quest for improving his golf game, which is marvellous. And that's why, whenever Frank wants to talk about the golf swing or do anything, we beat a path to his door because he's so enthusiastic. Now, in the last couple of days, I've been talking to Frank about the three-lever golf swing. And I've been doing it, and of course I was just doing some videos here today, and Frank came up and said, JH, I want to show you what I've achieved with the three-lever swing. And he's been practicing with an impact bag at home. And it was only like yesterday we were talking about, like 24 hours, and he's come in today all excited about the principles. So in essence, guys, it's very, very easy as an uptake process, because Frank's had it 24 hours and he's come in and he said his impact that he's achieved on his own impact bag, he just hit a couple of shots for me into the impact bag, and with the three-lever swing it almost blew my eardrums out. So there's a marked improvement there. Now the good thing for Frank is that he said that immediately he's picked up speed with it, and it's taken all the... Well, Frank, you can tell us what you feel about it and what it's done for you.
Well, I feel my clubhead speed is magnified, but it's taken out the thought process. When I address the ball, get myself set up, I don't have to think about anything else. I don't have to think about left arm, sufficient shoulder turn,
drive the legs, stay back.
Everything that
ad
they tell us we've
infinitum.
got to think about in the millisecond that we've got available in a golf swing. So I'm comfortable with this because as you mentioned, I'm a very old man.
No, you're not.
Short attention span.
If you're old, I'm old.
I don't have to think, and that's the beauty of it.
Well, great, but we've got probably one. It's the old story. Unless you've got an absolute subconscious program, which we have programs in our brain to keep us alive, like keeping our heart beating and all types of things. They're all subconscious programs. All these movements here are subconscious. But in a golf swing, there was a very famous line. Someone asked Ben Hogan. He said, "Oh, Ben, do you think about cocking your wrists on the backswing?" And Hogan just gave him that vacant stare and said, "Fella, I think about everything." And I believe that then in the golf swing there has to be some primary thought. Now you've only got one now, and that is to bend your left arm on the backswing. And if you do that correctly, everything else is automatic.
The hinge is right.
Yeah, the hinge, yeah, three-lever hinge.
Would you like, for the benefit of the camera, would you like to turn that bag around?
Yeah, guys, have a look at this. This is our mantra here on the JH Practice Tour. Frank's come up with the mantra. Have a look at this. Can you see that? Can you see that? It says, "Don't expect miracles." But guys, what I'm thinking is that if you don't expect a miracle and you get a miracle, that's wonderful. And there can be miracles in golf swing, because I've seen people over the years that are absolute basket cases, and they come into our training facility and they've gone away with a whole new renewed enthusiasm and a golf game, and they had nothing when they came in. So for me, that was a miracle. So we don't expect them, but we can get them, and that's the good thing. Okay, Frankie, so you're saying that, the primary thing is it's taken away all of this, I've got to get here, I've got to get to the top, I've got to get over, I've got to. There's no more gotta, is there?
No, there's nothing.
No.
It's a smooth position at the top. You don't have to think about transition. You feel the weight of the club at the end of its takeaway. Yep. And you just reverse it, and it just flows. The swing flows.
And what's interesting, Frank, is that you've come to grips with bending your left elbow in a day. I mean, I went on video yesterday and sent it to the guys, and most of them have said, "Well, Jay, you're not bending your left arm at all." It's like, I said, "Well, it feels like it." So I haven't achieved that yet, but the good thing is that I've got all that potential in there. You've done it straight away, so I've got to ask you when we get off camera what you're thinking about to do that, because I can't actually bend mine because I've got such a straight left arm.
Well, I used to maintain a straight arm all the way through.
Well, mine's rigid.
Well, that's pretty rigid.
Yeah.
But when you explained it to me yesterday about the 3 hinges, and I took a practice swing over there, it just felt natural to go up because John Daly's done it. And that's the picture I've got in my mind of John Daly with his big looping swing. He's got to bend his elbows.
Well, Nick Faldo, I spoke to Nick Faldo in 1991, and I asked him about his left arm, because his left arm is kinked at the top of the swing. And I said, well Nick, we would call that in normal, golf swing mechanics references, a bent left arm. Yep. I said, but it's just a little kink. I said, so what do you think? He said, John, I actually feel like it does that. He said that to me. He said, I feel like it does that. He said, I achieved that. He said, but I feel like it does that. He said, I never want to have any tension in my left arm. And the more I bend it, the more the tension's taken out. He said, because clearly, and I said to him, I said, well, we don't need a straight left arm in the backswing because centrifugal inertia is going to straighten it anyway. That's our radius lock coming in. And he said, well, I know that. He said, but my big killer is I get too stiff in the lead arm. Yeah. So he was there.
Well, that's the way I've always felt with my swing. I'm too stiff. I get too much tension in the body.
Don't we all, Frank?
And I don't.
I mean, I was just working with Clinton this morning, getting him to we've got another guy here who hits the ball a ton, but he's just pretty erratic, and he gets really tight and tense, as you know, but I got him softening it. He just killed it. So we're on the right track.
Okay.
So it's always hard to perform in front of a camera, Frank, but it doesn't matter. I mean, all we're here to do is basically talk about the potential. Yep. And this is first day. I mean, you're not even supposed to have it today. But I want to see someone who can actually bend their left arm. Well, I mean, that is a natural response. Yep, well, you're trying to do something. And what did we talk about before? We're not trying to think about anything. We're not trying to think about anything.
I did think about it.
No, you did. You thought about the implications of hitting a bad shot.
Yes.
Now, we don't have to think about that because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Well, okay, there you go, guys. Now, Frank had the stage fright on the first shot, which everybody I've ever brought on to the camera has always done the same. And I'm talking about even good players. Like I want to say you're not a good player, but I mean even
players.
Top level players that's been on the big stage, and as soon as you get in front of a camera, they can't hit it. Now, Frank, guys, honestly, with no exaggeration, Frank has just killed that shot. Now, I don't think Frank would mind me saying he's been struggling with his golf swing for quite a while now. That to me just looked like an automatic response mechanism, and he just absolutely killed that shot. Now, I had a look. I didn't sort of see too much there, but when I play the video back, I'll probably see some bent arm. But I know how far Frank can normally hit the ball, but there's a lot more speed going on there, Frank.
A lot. I feel it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and of course, it'll be in the fuller type mechanism of the golf swing. I would also think that if you can actually do that in your pitch shots, it'll give you a lot of feel. I just did some this morning, just there, and there's a lot of feel in it. It's the first time I've done it.
Okay.
But so I was a little bit erratic in terms of, distance and direction, but the feel was great because it just felt like I was doing that.
Okay. So
instead of trying to pitch the ball like that, I just felt like I was going.
Okay. I will try that.
Yeah, so it'll happen. But guys, that's amazing. I mean, Frank has just absolutely killed that. I mean, just perfect golf shot, lovely shape, and he's a guy that played at a good level when he was younger, and of course he's gone through all the frustrations and tribulations that we all do as we, when we do lose the game that used to repeat. But the good thing about this is you can get it back, even at our age. We can get it back. I mean, I'm hitting the ball now better than I've ever hit it, and I'm not doing as much as this I want to, but I will.
Well, I got elevation out of that normally I don't get out of a 7.
But Frank, the distance. I mean, with the flight and that little flat 1 yard draw and just pure contact and just.
I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, and to get there dead cold and do that, and we haven't been able to do anything because we wanted to do it when tee was empty. So, but the initial one, guys, I mean, how many times have we seen that happen? Look, I've been around Leadbetter with students, everybody, Butch Harmon, and they're doing a commercial. And you get the guy, and the guy will hit 5 or 6 shots, can't get the ball, like he flubs it and everything, but they just cut. See, on the JH practice tee, we never do that. It's always live television. And I've said to guys, everything that happens is as it happens.
Yeah.
And we went from stage fright to a perfect golf shot. So what that says to me is that the perfect golf shot, that the system works. And you've been on it for one day. That's the third ball.
Yep. Well, actually, yeah, that's the third ball. I've actually hit a few into the
impact bag. Yeah.
But they're the only swings I've had. Yeah.
Fantastic. Good on you, Frankie.
Happy, John.
All right, Frankie. And as always, it's these guys are great to me. This is Royal Chindra. If you're ever down at on the north coast of Australia, up near the Gold Coast, this is the Royal Chindra driving range, and owned by Jeff Holloway. And Frank does all the administrative stuff here and looks after us. And the guys are great to us, so we really appreciate it. Good on you, Frankie.
Thank you, John.
Okay.
Great.